right now, we are seeing that the stock market is showing us a very strong recovery. So hopefully we are live up and running right now here. Let me know if everything is working right now in the chat here. But yeah, guys, the stock market looks to be forming a very clear reversal signal right now on the 4-hourly candles, and I will be going over it because I do think if we're right now going to go right away into the charts, like you can see over here, that this is a thing to really take in consideration. We are seeing a clear W getting formed here on the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 is of course for sure going to tell us if we are either going to be of course moving up with Bitcoin or if we're going to be moving down from here on. So yeah, definitely a lot of very, very interesting things that we have to be going over today. Of course, we're going to go and, of course, discuss this. Let me pause this real quickly. We're going to discuss this because I personally see a clear W right now playing out here on the classic stock market, and this is going to be resulting in the market to move up ever so slightly from here on. As well, Bitcoin. Guys, right now, Bitcoin is retesting some very important levels of previous resistance that could be potentially flipping to support right now. So you can see over here, the left side on Bitcoin found very strong resistance. Afterwards, while we were failing to hold on towards this line, resistance over here, resistance. Then we moved up, support. And what are we seeing right now? We're seeing once again the market getting supported by this level. Already for 3 hours in a row, we got supported by this upward sloping support line, and I for sure want to see Bitcoin holding on towards this level. I definitely don't think that we have to be really starting to get worried if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, because it looks to be that we're recovering in a very healthy trend towards the upside right now. Like you can see over here, we are clearly in an uptrend right now. So yes, we're still forming this higher low, higher high trajectory, and this is of course going to be remaining. And of course, as soon as we're going to break this trend, we could be maybe looking for lower price targets, but for now on, we are still trading on a very healthy uptrend. And another reason why we could be potentially expecting bounce right now in the market here is if we're going to look at the 1 hourly RSI. You can see we formed a very clear uptrend. So every single time we touch this level, historically speaking, we have been seeing a bounce. So are we going to see another significant bounce here on the RSI, resulting in, of course, the price action as well to move up from here on? We have to be waiting to see this, because I personally do once again expect this. But of course, there is still a potential scenario that Bitcoin is going to be creating a retracement from here on as well. I put up a poll in the chat. What happens first? Bitcoin 38K or Bitcoin 50K? Personally, I don't necessarily anticipate that Bitcoin is really going to retrace back towards 38K, because too many people are anticipating that level. So as well, Jason Clark, member for 2 months right now. Absolutely amazing here. And you're saying, taking a vacation in Cancun with my trading profits I have made since I started this summer. Thank you for everything, my friend. Smash that like button. I mean, Jason Clark, absolutely amazing message that you got out there, and I definitely think you should be taking a vacation if you made some very good profits with it. So yeah, enjoy your vacation, Jason Clark. Hopefully you're going to absolutely enjoy it. And yeah, of course, it's always nice to go yeah, on vacation with your profits, because the vacations with profits are always going to be the best here. So right away, someone is saying here, one BTC is one Lambo. That's pretty exciting. But once again, guys, before going further in towards the analysis, want to be quickly giving you guys a heads up here about the things that we know in the market. So first of all, the fear and greed. Of course, we know emotions are usually running up pretty high in the market. And if you look into my recent tweet here, well, Bitcoin's trading on 52K. And I will be, of course, say this because this was exactly true here. Everyone was saying, no, Bitcoin is not going to have a retracement. We are going straight up. Of course, I was bearish on that point, and we retraced. So of course it was a very good macro trend short that I took, because I was expecting that in the macro trend we were going to see swing towards the downside getting created here. And right now I do expect the market is going to be moving up, not necessarily in 1 or 2 days from here on. No, I expect it in the coming, let's say 1 to 2 weeks from here on, that we're going to trade once again above levels around the 46 to 40, yeah, to 50K basically. So what have we been learned from the past here is that usually the most popular opinion is not going to be the most leading opinion right now, because too many people are anticipating a market crash. I don't think is likely to see it happening as well. You can see this over here, that the poll that I did, oh, this was a poll on Twitter, excuse me. It was a poll on Twitter that I did, and I was, of course, was asking you guys what happens first: Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Excuse me so much for that, once again, minor issue. But I was basically asking you guys for a poll, and it was, of course, a time ago, where I was asking you guys what happens first: Bitcoin 38K or Bitcoin 44K. And of course, the majority of the people were saying Bitcoin for 38K. I still think the majority of the people are usually wrong. And yeah, once again, you can see it. Too many people are anticipating this level of the 38K. I personally don't think that we're going to get it, because everyone was basically the drop off that we got over here was too of the stock market. The stock market was in fear, and of course we were seeing the stock market decreasing because of the fear. But right now we look to be creating a very strong W recovery. So personally, I'm getting a little bit more bullish on the stock market right now here once again. So I do expect that higher price targets are going to be more likely to get reached from here on. Have been, of course, bullish all the way around this range over here. I've been bullish on this range over here because I personally do think this is the right time to be bullish right now in the market. Yes, it is a good general time to accumulate in this box. Let's say Bitcoin is going to be moving down here, and let's say Bitcoin is going to create a potential W from here on, and maybe we're going to see something like this playing out. I will be still say the range through the 40 towards 44K is, in general speaking, going to be a very good accumulation zone, because what you are doing right now is you are preparing yourself for the coming months, and you have to be always measure the potential risk that you're taking towards the potential reward. And the potential risk to accumulate Bitcoin around this level is, in my opinion, particularly low for the potential reward that you're going to generate here in the coming months from here on. So make sure that you're going to do your own research, do your own due diligence. If I'm talking about spot trading, for sure, it's a good time to accumulate right now, in my opinion. I'm as well building up a massive long position. I'm going to be building up a bigger position, of course. I still have way more capital aside to, of course, add more to my position if the market is really necessarily going to fall further. So you can see already over here, I still got some levels set up here around the 39.4K, 39.7K, 38.7K as well. So I still have an order below that as well. So as soon as we're going to start, of course, decrease with the market, I will be only add more and more to my long swing trade positions. So I will be, of course, love to see the market decreasing from here on, but I don't necessarily think it is going to be extremely likely to see the market rapidly decrease from here on. So for sure, I will be not FOMO in with all my capital that I currently have on my BYBIT account here to open long positions, but no, I did open a position, and if we're potentially going to decrease further, I will be adding more, because that is, once again, a strategy that will be having the least amount of risk here in the market. And that is the reason why I'm using this strategy, because I do think that I will be for sure able to catch this massive long position, because in the end of the day, I'm personally anticipating that Bitcoin is going to create a huge leg towards the upside. And I personally think that Bitcoin could be creating, let's say, a leg towards the new all-time high here in the coming remaining 3 months from here on. And what is better than accumulating a swing trade position from this point right now here as well? Looking to the daily candles, I don't think that this is the time to be bearish. I think there is a general very big chance, so let me set this up correctly, that the Bitcoin bottom is already in. And the reason why I'm saying so, there are several reasons for it. First of all, we already saw this, of course, previous level of very strong resistance over here right now getting retested as support. This is already a very bullish signal for me to, of course, anticipate this level as a potential bottom. Second of all, if we're looking to the market, we know that the market before on the daily time frame was creating a very significant, and let me get this in front of the screen, and let me see, an Elliott wave structure towards the upside. So one impulsive move, second impulsive move, and third impulsive move. We saw 3 impulsive moves in the market, and of course, after an Elliott wave structure towards the upside, a very clear market structure where we are seeing 3 impulsive moves towards the upside getting created. What we clearly saw on the Bitcoin price action, like you can see in front of your eyes right now here, you generally take action with an ABC correction. So this is, of course, an ABC correction, what you saw of that. And what do you generally see after an Elliott wave structure towards the upside? You see a new Elliott wave towards the upside getting generated. So yes, we clearly generate this ABC correction. Personally, I do think the bottom is in, because we have been, of course, touching this very clear horizontal level of support. Second of all, too many people are anticipating the 38K support level. Third reason of all, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was trading around to 20 in the index, and that is, of course, a very clear signal that you should get greedy on the market. My fourth reason, I mean, I have so many reasons to be bullish on the market right now. My fourth reason is basically the funding rates are right now dipping negative, what means that the shorters are paying for the longers, and always once the funding rates are negative, it has been showing us very good long trade opportunities, because I can get the chart in front of our eyes in a second here, but we saw it yesterday as well here. Funding rates were negative over here. Funding rates were negative on every single drop off over here. Every single drop off over here, the funding rates dip negative. And where are they dropping negative once again? They are dropping negative on this range over here. So is this a good accumulation zone for long trade positions? Yes, it is. So once again saying it, that is the reason why I'm building up a major long trade position right now here. And also another reason to anticipate that the market could be potentially bottom out on this space as well. What we know, generally speaking, after an Elliott wave up, we tend to see another Elliott wave getting generated after that, and usually go right away. The first wave is usually higher than the B in the correction. So personally, I do expect that we're going to see once again a certain extreme amounts of bullishness in the market getting generated near October, towards the beginning of October, towards the end of October. I think we're going to create the next leg before once again in the beginning of November, we are going to start decreasing with a potential ABC correction after that, and then we could be maybe starting to really rise once again from that point with another Elliott wave structure towards the upside, because there's not going to be a market that's going to move up straight up in a straight line here. But personally, I do think that Bitcoin is going to generate such kind of a structure towards the upside. It's for sure not going up in a straight line, and if you think it is going up in a straight line, I think you're definitely wrong here, and I should be for sure anticipating multiple corrections along the way up here. And of course, on these corrections, like we're seeing right now here, the weekends are selling off, because if we're looking to the selling volume on the market, we know that of course the most amount of people that are selling right now here are short-term holders. Like you can see over here, people with not a lot of experience in the market are right now selling off. It are not the long-term holders that's selling off. It is not the people that are right now selling off here, and not the people that have been already around for the space for a long time. No, the most amount of people that are right now exiting the market are addresses that are not older than 1 month from now on. So it is clearly showing us that the weak hands, I mean the newbies, the people that just stepped in towards the market, are right now selling off here. So yeah, the people that think they can crush the market because they are anticipating a stock market crash, and that is the reason why Bitcoin is going to crash as well. Because everyone is anticipating it right now. I mean, I say everyone, but only the retailers, because Wall Street, etc., the whales, they are buying, because if we're looking to the biggest whale address right now on Bitcoin, he is still accumulating Bitcoin. He is not selling a portion of his Bitcoin around this cheap price of $43,000, and I definitely don't think it's a smart thing to do, especially if you're, let's say, going to sell your portfolio right now for a potential short opportunity, or potentially buying back cheaper. I think the risk is way too high for anticipating that right now. So as well, if I'm going to move in towards the 4-hourly candles for Bitcoin, I think we should be looking at this very significant structure right now that we're creating here on the 4-hourly candles. You can see clearly we are forming a clear let me see, a clear parallel channel towards the downside right now. Lower side providing support, top side providing the resistance. You can see clearly as well in the daily candles, top side providing the resistance, lower side providing the support. In order for me, of course, to be extremely bullish on Bitcoin right now on the daily time frame, of course, I'm already pretty bullish on Bitcoin for sure, but in order to, of course, flip everything bullish, and for me to become really a moon boy, I do want to be seeing, of course, this level of the top side getting broken, because as soon as we're breaking this potential downward slope resistance line, I do expect that the prices are absolutely going to send it exponential towards the upside. And I think, of course, on that time, we should be starting to get pretty excited on the market as well. So I am really looking forward towards, of course, as soon as we're going to be breaking through this level, because I do think that this could be sending the market towards higher levels for sure. And yeah, looking forward towards, of course, that move here. So someone is asking me right now as well, will November be a bullish month? I'm personally anticipating that Q4 is going to be a very bullish, and that is very likely to anticipate, because if we're looking to previous price action as well on Bitcoin, it has been proving ourselves that Q4 is generally a very bullish month. And of course, it once again as well comes right now exactly together once again that October has been a bearish month. So we know, October, I mean September. So once again, we can clearly see September once again being a bearish month, just like it was in September. And if we're right now going to look at the last 3 months here, I do think that we should be starting to get pretty bullish on the market. And as well, a thing why I do think the market is right now looking that it is trading on the 44K, because the 44K is basically the max pain price. And what that means here, and let me get an article in front of your eyes right now here. is that the option calls once again will be closing this Friday. So tomorrow the option calls will be closing. And what is very significant on the 44k level, and we'll be trying to find the article in a second, the 44k level is the level that the bears and the bulls will be getting hurt in. So it's the max pain price basically. It basically means that, of course, that all the options, like the call and put options, are getting flushed out of the market. So there is not going to be a benefit for the bears, and there's not going to be a benefit for the bulls. So that is one of these reasons why I do personally do expect that Bitcoin tomorrow will be trading at least around the 44k level. Let's say maybe it's going to be 44.4k, or maybe it's going to be 43.8k or so. So it's going to be at least very close, trading around to 44k in my opinion. And that is one of these reasons why I do expect Bitcoin could be maybe be a little bit boring here in the coming, let's say 36 hours from now on. So I'm looking forward towards how this is, of course, going to be resulting like. So let me see. Countries buying more crypto right now. I mean, that's true. Countries are buying Bitcoin. I mean, you have to know the adoption. The adoption is growing. I mean, there has been fundamentally no changes on Bitcoin over here on the 50k. Then over here on the 40k. I mean, people think the fundamentals change, but no, that's not true. Fundamentals doesn't change. So if you were bullish on Bitcoin, let's say you were bullish on Bitcoin while we were trading on 60k, but you're not bullish right now. Why are you not bullish right now? I don't get it. I don't get it, because if we're looking and zooming out to the bigger time frames right now, I think it is the time to start to get bullish, because especially the weekly time frame, we are seeing a very significant bullish retest of the 0.236 here as well. If we're enabling the bull market support band, guys, look at the bull market support band once again, showing the significance. This is a very significant let me see, this is a very significant touch point, because if we're looking back to previous price action, every single time once we are breaking through the bull market support band and then retesting it, it's a bullish sign. And I personally think as long as we're going to be able to hold on towards the bull market support band, it is going to be a very bullish signal. And I don't think that there is a reason to panic. I definitely don't think it's a reason to panic. I mean, as soon as we were breaking above it, I was already saying on my channel that we need a retest. We are going to need a retest of the bull market support band. And of course, we are getting the retest right now, but the only problem right here is that too many people start to panic. And of course, for me, it doesn't matter if the average panic, because if the average Joe is going to be panic selling right now, it means that he will be adding the buying pressure while Bitcoin is trading, of course, on the 50k, or Bitcoin trading on the 60k, because everyone who is panic selling will become a panic buyer. And I can already tell you, everyone who's panic selling will become a panic buyer. So panic buyer, 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 so panic. Excuse me once again for this. But guys, by the way, very good news. Tomorrow I'm back again at my home, and tomorrow, I mean, I'm back again at my studio. So tomorrow, I will be back later with an update, and of course, then I don't have these issues anymore, because excuse me for that so much here, because once again, sometimes these things, it just falls away because my computer can't handle it. I don't know why. I definitely don't know why. Some people told me it's about my computer, but my computer is pretty hot right now as well. I don't know how to fix it. It's definitely not a bad computer, but only it's not able to handle it. Muted, excuse me. No, it's not muted. It's my microphone that just falls away sometimes because my computer can handle it. But yeah, let me go back to the let me go back to Rush chart. But yeah, tomorrow, of course, I'm back at my own setup once again. And then, of course, everything will be back as usual. And I will be, of course, able to make a little bit of higher quality content once again. And, of course, I will be always trying to keep you guys up to date over there. And but let me go further in towards the price analysis, because yes, I don't think that Bitcoin is right now seeing bearish price action getting in full is showing us right now bearish price or whatsoever. Even though, I mean, while we are talking about Bitcoin, we are pushing up above the 44k once again, guys. Look at this, Bitcoin moving up once again. Look at this push and look at this pump right now. Bitcoin is getting generated. Everyone is saying it in the chat. Bitcoin is indeed going right now. Let me go back to the chart right now, because I want to be going into this supportive touch that we're getting right now. Okay, look at this chart. Look at this touch, guys. I mean, I was already talking about it earlier today. This was a very important level that Bitcoin was going to retest, and it was likely, of course, to first of all expecting a bounce from this point. And let's see if Bitcoin is going to be able to push it back maybe towards the 44.8k range. Sure, it will be, of course, absolutely exciting if we could be seeing that. So yeah, of course, a lot of buying orders getting set up over here. And for everyone who was, of course, panic selling along the way down here, they will be starting to panic buy us along the way up here. And I mean, personally, if I look to the Bitcoin market right now here, and if I, let's say, flip it to the 4-hourly candles, you can see we are maybe looking to be creating some kind of a V-shaped recovery. I mean, the V is already in, and personally, I think we could be for sure get some kind of a V-shaped recovery like this here, and we could be starting to move up in a very rapid pace, because the reason why we corrected is, of course, also very, very much invalidated. The reason why we corrected is not valid anymore, and that is also one of these reasons why I personally should be anticipating that we could be seeing, of course, a very significant rise back towards, push back towards the upside getting generated. And I can tell you already, as soon as we're going to create this V-shaped recovery, and as soon as this is going to be playing out over here, Bitcoin will be so strong and Bitcoin will be pushing up so quickly. I mean, you will be probably not even recognize it. And especially, let's say we're going to be able to reclaim the 38k range here. I mean, I can already tell you the dump was over, because I mean, I will be already telling you right now the correction was over, because I personally think the bottom is already in for this ABC correction, because I personally don't expect an Elliott wave structure towards the downside. I don't expect 3 impulsive moves towards the upside, the downside. I don't truly anticipate 3 impulsive moves towards the downside, because we have been creating an Elliott wave towards the upside. I do only expect 2 impulsive moves towards the downside, and we already saw that. So yeah, I mean, guys, let me know. What do you guys think in the chat? Are we going to be able to create a V-shaped recovery right now? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be able to create a V-shaped recovery right here? It's going to be truly great if we could do so. Rover, what is the cheapest you bought Bitcoin at? I bought it at around 3.8k. I mean, the point here is, I was buying crypto into USD15, but I was not buying Bitcoin. I was buying S-coins. I mean, on that time, it was a very good choice. I mean, in hindsight, it was a very good choice, of course, that I bought into these S-coins, because they made a very, very solid profit. But my first time I bought Bitcoin was in the bear market. I mean, I've bought Bitcoin around the let's say 9.4k, 9.8k, and then literally a few days after that, it corrected very significantly down. I was always a holder, never sold my Bitcoin, and then I bought back here on the bear market lows around the 3k range. I have not been buying the 2.8k, but I have been buying the 3.8k, and I mean, I'm very happy with that as well. Of course, Ethereum stacked it up around $70. I worked my ass off at the McDonald's. I bought a lot of crypto every single month. I had literally nothing to pay. All my friends were doing fun stuff, etc. I was never able to afford that, because all my money was invested in crypto, and usually my portfolio was in a loss, and I was not willing to sell it at a loss, you know. So of course, as well, holding Cardano around 3 cents here, and was trading on 1.8 cents the whole time. I felt very terrible, because I made a very significant loss, but I was just holding. So yeah, what is the lesson that we learned? Just hodl. Just hodl. Because if you're going to, I mean, you only make a loss if you're going to sell it, and you only make a profit if you're going to sell it. So yeah, I have not been making a loss at all, of course, in hindsight, because yeah, the market, of course, of Cardano, absolutely, 35x from there on, even more significant. I mean, not 35, it even 90x from there on. So, I mean, yeah, Cardano was definitely the coin, and Cardano and BNB were the coins that absolutely blew up my portfolio, to be very honest, because those were very strong investments by then. But right now, of course, I'm still looking to different coins that could be absolutely blow my portfolio up even more, because what my investing strategy basically is here is just compound on my interest. With money you make, you have to make more money, and that's basically compounding on your interest. I'm not going to be buying stupid things. Don't buy stupid Lambo or whatsoever, you know. People say, oh, people always going to look at things you have, but I mean, you know, Jeff Bezos, he's buying a freaking shirt of $10 every single day, and he's enjoying. I mean, he's the richest man out there. So pretty excited. People are asking me, is it still too late to enter? If we're talking about accumulating Bitcoin versus spot position, I don't think so. If we're going to talk about Bitcoin, of course, resistance, we are still running into critical resistance, man. I mean, still going to say Bitcoin is definitely at good accumulation zones, because I think this range over here, and let me make it green once again, you can see Bitcoin on this range is a good accumulation zone. In terms of buying Bitcoin and buying and holding Bitcoin, it is a good accumulation zone in my opinion, because in the end of the day, these are going to be not prices that you're going to visit anytime soon once again, because in hindsight, of course, was this a good accumulation zone over here in general? Was it a good accumulation? Yes, it was. Because it doesn't matter if you bought 36k, or it doesn't matter if you bought 29k. Of course, if you bought the 29k, you made more profits, but it's very a good average buying price. So saying it once again here, right now you could be buying, no financial advisor whatsoever, you could be buying at a very good average entry price as well. You can see with my trade, I will be keeping my trade open for sure for a very long time, most likely, because I'm planning to take profits on this trade, maybe on 60 or maybe on 80k for my first take profits on this trade, because I'm anticipating it, and people will be maybe call me stupid or whatsoever, but I've been already anticipating this since the 28k. I've been anticipating this as well on 52k. I said to everyone, this will be the last shakeout we get before already sending it towards new all-time high. And I truly believe that we're going to see a new all-time high this year getting generated, and that is the reason why I'm building up a swing trade position. And you right now, everyone who's watching, you 500 of you guys out there right now watching this stream, you can literally see it right now that we are building up a swing trade position, and I'm not willing to sell it. And of course, you can see it's already a $5,000 profit, but this could be a 300k profit in my opinion, because if I did already some calculations, it could be easily become a 300k profit trade here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards where we could be trading it towards, and the reason why I do think it's going to be a long-term trade here is because the further the market is going to decrease, the more I'm going to add to my position. So I will be never get close to the liquidation price or whatsoever. I will be only building up a bigger position, and I would love to see, don't get me wrong, I would love to see the market decreasing, because the lower the market is going to go right now, the bigger my position will be getting, the more quantity I can be adding to my position, the more bigger my position gets here, the more money in the end of the day I make. But of course, if we're going to start increasing from here on, it's good, because I already got the entry. And of course, once again, don't say to me if I have not warned you, because I've tweeted about it so many times. And if you don't follow me already on Twitter, make sure to hit that follow button over there. It's the second highest link in the description. And of course, you could be signing up right now as well with BYBIT with the highest link in the description if you're willing to join. If you're willing to swing trade the market as well. And I think if you're going to swing trade the market, you should be, first of all, use low leverage, and second of all, what you always have to be doing is never go all in, because yeah, you could be swing trade the market, but you always have to have enough capital aside to push your average entry price lower and lower. And it's going to be especially a very strong strategy if you're going to accumulate while everyone is in fear. Once everyone is going to say the market is going to collapse, you want to be buying. Once everyone's saying we're going to go in a bear market, you want to be buying. Once everyone is selling, you want to be buying. And I mean, that's my strategy. Of course, it doesn't make me the most popular person out there on YouTube, because a lot of people don't like me to say this, because people think, people always want to be hearing what they want to hear. And of course, the most amount of people right now want to be hearing that the market is going back to 38k, because everyone is saying that on the internet, that we're going back to 38k. Just like while we were trading on 28k, that everyone said we were going to go back to 20k, but we are not visiting these levels. And if you're anticipating the 38k, I definitely think you should be maybe starting to dollar cost average already back into the market. And some people are saying right now the S&P 500 is recovering, and I have been already going over that in the beginning of the stream. You can see it clearly over here. Oh, this is a big push towards the upside. I have to give this one to you, man. You can see a big 1 hourly candle push towards the upside, and I can tell you already, maybe you're wondering, why is the S&P 500 recovering? Because the Evergrande FUD, it was BS. It was BS, because China, the real estate, they were not able to pay their bills anymore, and out of nowhere, China just got some money, put it to Evergrande, and now they're able to pay their bills, and now the stock market is not going to collapse. We told you so, because if we're going to get a stock market collapse, guys, you maybe think, okay, I'm not going to take this advice from this 20 years old kid or whatsoever, but I mean, yeah, for sure, do your own research. But I did my research on this, and I know what I'm saying. And what I'm saying right now here is that there is not going to be a stock market crash or a Bitcoin crash while all the investors are standing on the sidelines. There is never going to be a stock market crash once all the investors are on the sidelines, because once there will be a crash, all the investors will be there. I can tell you already, there has been historically never been a crash. well, all the investors were saying that there was a crash. No, it was always that it was always the same thing that no one was anticipating it. And to be honest, if you look to the S&P 500 right now, you look at this W recovery, of course, because of the S&P 500, we're seeing right now Bitcoin, of course, showing this strength here. And I truly love to see this because I'm a huge bull on Bitcoin, and I'm a huge bull in the long term, and I definitely can't wait to see on how this is going to be resulting like. But you can see Bitcoin, of course, moving up very significantly right now here. Bull market support band as well, helping us out over there. But let me remove all the drawings once again. Let me go to the 1 hourly candles. And of course, earlier in the stream, we already discussed this upward sloping support line. You can see very significant line. But I mean, my personal reason why I do think the market is right now of Bitcoin moving up here is because of the S&P 500. S&P 500, I can tell you already, this has been a clear reversal structure. We're going to see way higher price targets getting reached in the S&P 500. I think this is going to be one of the most strongest recoveries and one of the most quickest recoveries that we're going to get in the S&P 500. And as soon as the S&P 500 is going to recover so quickly, what do you think that Bitcoin is going to do? Bitcoin is going to recover always quick. I mean, for now on, the S&P 500 has been recovered stronger than Bitcoin. But in my opinion, the Bitcoin price is right now still suppressed because of tomorrow the option calls will be closing. And of course, the option calls, they want to be closing the option calls between the 44K range, of course. They want to be closing the option calls over here. And as soon as the option calls on Friday are closed, I think this weekend is going to be bullish. This weekend is going to be bullish. Even though I don't like pumps on Bitcoin in the weekends, it's going to be a bullish weekend. I think it already. It's going to be very likely because the option calls are going to get closed. The weekend is going to be bullish. And especially, I think if the stock market is going to close in a very green way, I think the market could be of course look very solid for the coming week. And especially, you have to know we are preparing ourselves very well right now for the coming 3 months in Bitcoin. I think the coming 3 months are going to be exponential growing for Bitcoin. And of course, still going to say it, you could still build up swing trade positions if you're going to sign up here with the highest link in the description. I mean, yes, never go all in. Like I told you before, always have enough capital aside to, of course, average down your entry price. But it is going to be likely that the market is going to move up very quickly. And I will be shilling on you guys. And I don't like to say it, but I will be most likely doing it with my profits that I'm making here. Because I told you once again what I did exactly here on the channel. And of course, I will be transparent. And I will be showing you guys off on how I'm doing this with this trade. So yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, the S&P 500, I feel very comfortable right now about this chart. I mean, of course, yesterday, I already talked about this this potential W that we could created. And of course, yesterday, we were trading still on below the neckline. We were trading over here. We were trading against the neckline, basically. And of course, I already predicted that we were going to see a W recovery towards the upside. And of course, that was also one of these many reasons why I was so extremely bullish on Bitcoin. I mean, also a very clear reason to be bullish on the market is it is very easy. I mean, guys, I've said it so many times. I have said it so many times, and I still know that a lot of people don't understand it. I know that still a lot of people don't understand it yet here. But it is just a fear. It is just a fear. If the average Joe is selling, you want to be greedy. I mean, of course, this is a thing that I have to stamp in your head because a lot of people still don't understand it. Still, people think the market is going to be over. Still, people are going to say, oh, no, is this it? Do I have to sell? Do I have to sell if the market is moving down? And once the market is moving up, they're saying in the chat, oh, Rover, should I be buying? Because that is the question that I'm getting every single time. But I'm here to educate you guys and to tell you guys out there that, at least in my personal preference and my personal experience that I got from the market, because I've been here in this market for already almost 6 years. Near the end of the year, if we're going to come close to December, I'm 6 years in the crypto space here. I've been here for such a long time. I was so young when I stepped into the market, but I learned a lot. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. And I know, historically speaking, that this is always a good buying opportunity once everyone is in fear. And Heat as well, donate to the channel. Thank you so much for your supportive donation out of there. You have balls, my friend. I mean, for sure, I have balls. And I'm for sure balls, man. I'm a boy. So, yes, I know it's a good time. Once everyone is saying you should be selling, I will be buying. Once everyone's going to say you should be buying, I'm selling. That's just how it works. And guys, don't get me wrong, because everyone who's right now watching, I don't know if you already subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so if you haven't already. But if we're trading, let's say 100K, I will be bearish. I will be bearish by that point. Because if we're trading, let's say at these high levels, let's say we're probably trading on 80K, I could be starting to get bearish as well. Because I'm not bearish on the long term. If we're going to go to 80K, I'm not going to be bearish on the long term. But if we're trading on the 80K, and let's say the indicators are telling me that we're going to get a reversal, I will be bearish. And I know already that 90% out there of the people, they're going to hate me. They're going to say, Rover, why are you bearish? And they're going to say, oh, you're a stupid bear. You're a stupid bear. No, I'm a realistic trader because a 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 trader. Sorry, excuse me, but as soon as but yeah, as soon as everyone is getting too greedy in the market out there, I will be ready to start to get fearful. But right now, everyone's in fear, and I will be greedy. And I know you guys in the chat right now saying, "Bro, over your microphone." I know, guys. I'm so sorry for this issue. I mean, I have not got the issue for literally 2 weeks in a row. I thought I solved it, but no, I have not. I have not solved it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm sorry so much. I'm sorry so much. I have not solved it. Apparently, I thought I solved it, but it was not solved. So excuse me for that, of course. So yeah, let me look and scroll through here the Cointelegraph here, because we're seeing some very interesting things here. Because what we are seeing right now on these articles, of course, it's always lovely to read through these articles. This article was published 28 minutes ago, so maybe we're seeing some new interesting things that we should be paying our attention towards right now here. Bitcoin holders are about to spark a run up to new Bitcoin prices highs, data suggests. So the prohibition of the Bitcoin supply looks to increasing after putting in local lows here. So what are we seeing on this very interesting thing here? So yeah, you can see first of all long-term holders distribution, maximum young supply here. So a lot of young supply came in towards the market. So a lot of short-term holders. So yeah, what you can see once again here, a lot of short-term holders came in towards the market. Of course, long-term holders distributing, and right now, of course, they're starting to accumulate once again. So this range is accumulation. We have been, of course, not seeing this long period of accumulation. So once again, this suggests another amazing run up here. So it looks pretty exciting. More and more holders of the last resort, so that's pretty exciting. More and more holders coming in towards the market, and yeah, let's see how this is going to be resulting. Of course, in personal, of course, it's likely to see more and more new addresses getting activated, because of course more people coming in towards the market. I mean, that's a very likely thing to see here. So what are we seeing right now on the chat here, guys? Do you want me to of course go into some certain projects of you? I would love to discuss it. Of course, I would love to discuss your project right now here, so let me know which projects I have to be discussing of you guys out there. Suggestion: buy a new setups once you close the swing trade. I mean, Simon, I mean, you can see it right here. My setup is pretty good. I mean, I've got a very good setup. I mean, I got my iPad over here with with the chat over there. I got a MacBook Pro 2021. I mean, it should be very nice. I mean, for me, because I'm traveling all over the world, this MacBook Pro is very nice because it's very easy for me to carry. And of course, I got a very good microphone, a Blue Yeti, should be a very good one. And I've got a 4K camera, and I think the problem here is the 4K camera, because the 4K camera is asking quite a lot of my computer, and maybe I have to start, of course, using just my my internal camera, and of course that's a little bit of a lower quality, but it should be working better, because if I use that camera, I don't have this issue. So of course, yeah, it's the only problem here is that I don't really like the quality of that. But I know that we don't have any issues anymore. So let me switch it over right now, by the way. So yeah, guys, you can see it over here. This is the real camera. So hi guys, we'll be adjusting this camera real quickly. I don't really like this camera. I will use the different. Excuse me for doing this live in the stream. Excuse me for doing this live in the stream, guys. But I thought, okay, let's change it right on the stream. But I don't like that other camera, so I will be not using that. So excuse me. I will be for sure maybe buying not a Mac PC, because you guys really suggest me to not buy a Mac PC. What are you going to say right there? Put your camera down to 1080. That's a good one. That's a good one. I could be for sure put my camera quality a little bit lower, and I think my computer will be handling it if I put my camera quality a little bit lower. So that's a very good one from you, man. That's a very good one. I will be putting my camera quality a little bit lower so we don't have this issue anymore. But let me move into the charts, because we want to be going over the charts. That's of course the thing why we are here. So please go for Solana. But before I go into your project, let's witness this 1 hourly close, because we're just literally 20 seconds away from it. So why just not witness this 1 hourly candle close? Because yeah, this 1 hourly candle close is going to be pretty exciting, in my How much leverage do you use on your swing trade? I mean, it really depends on how much capital you got. I mean, currently I'm doing it with yeah, well, I've got 1 Bitcoin here on my account, and I will be using a 10x leverage. Only got entered with 0.3 Bitcoin right now, and I have enough quantity aside to, of course, push down my average entry price. And if it's really going to get very horrible, I will be just send more Bitcoin to this account. So yeah, still right now only have 1.2 Bitcoin on this account. So in this trade right now with 0.3, so I still can literally make my trade 4 times as big. So let's say my liquidation price right now 39k. If I did, my calculations were saying that I can still push down my average liquidation price towards 34k. And of course, if that is not enough, I could be even pushing it down to, let's say, 28k. And I personally don't think that these levels getting reached here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards it. So yeah, Bitcoin closed a new 1 hourly candle, guys. Absolutely amazing that we saw this. But let me go to your price action. Let me first go into Solana before going into Cody. I see a lot of requests coming in here, guys. So make sure as well to smash up the like button. It will be truly amazing if you are going to smash it up right now here. Guys, as well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now here. We're moving up towards the 61k here. It will be truly amazing if we could reach that target anytime soon here. So what have we been seeing with Solana? Solana has been breaking through this yeah, horizontal level of resistance, to be honest. It looks very solid. I mean, I will be approaching a little bit different. Still, I will be not approaching like a breakthrough, like you can see over here. I will be making it orange because orange is a very nice color. You can see over here. We are still getting rejected, in my opinion. So I've not seen a clear breakthrough of this level yet here. Of course, if we're looking to the Bitcoin dominance, the altcoins have been really spiking. And of course, Solana is one of these coins that have been really spiking, like you can see over here. It has been bouncing back very quickly. But only the problem, of course, I like the Solana project for sure. It moved up very quickly. Solana is really one of these projects that you could have been buying very cheap. But I still think there are going to still come cheaper buying opportunities. Because still, the scalability of Solana is very good. The only question from me is right now coming in, is it really decentralized enough? That's my real question right now for Solana. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be reacting. Most likely, it is going to be very strong in the coming days and the coming coming years, especially from now on. The ecosystem is big. You're seeing, of course, more and more people using Solana as well here. So yeah, it has quite a lot of the potential. But was the price action overextended? Yes, for sure it was. Of course, moved up from off this point while we were trading on $22 towards literally $218 and 860% increasement. That is pretty crazy, right? So yeah, we're right now running in towards previous support over previous resistance over here, previous support. So still, I will be remain a little bit careful with buying around this range, but still, I will be telling you, if Bitcoin is going to increase, it's going to be Solana that is going to start pumping. It's going to be Solana that will be absolutely pumping again. So yeah, you should be getting prepared, of course. If Bitcoin is really going to be moving up, I will be not surprised if Solana is going to be potentially go for another leg up here. Don't necessarily think it's going to be as strong like it was before. But in my opinion, if I should be giving some, of course, no financial advice, but in my opinion, if I should be looking at Solana, I think there are better opportunities right now in the market. I think there are better opportunities right now in the market that are going to give you potential higher rewards. Because you have to know, if you, let's say, want to make, if you want to be doubling down your money, we need Solana to go to $300, what means that we're going to see a 100% increasement. And if we're looking to coin market cap, guys, we know Solana already has a market capitalization of $43 billion. So you will be needing another $43 billion to double down your initial investment. Is it likely to see a $43 billion getting added on Solana? I highly doubt it. Of course, there's still going to be way more money flowing in towards the project and the market. But you have to be doing your calculations. Is it going to be really the coin that is going to be giving me life-changing wealth? I mean, do you really want to be creating life-changing wealth here in the coming year? Because it is possible with some projects out there. Of course, I'm a huge lover of altcoins. And there are for sure some very good projects that could be giving you very strong gains here. And I think that you should be maybe start... It really depends on your investment strategy. I mean... Are you a new investor? Are you, let's say, willing to take some risk? I should definitely look at some lower caps here. But if you really want to be taking it safe and still make some very good returns, I think that you should be ready to start to look at Polkadot. I think the returns and the potential risk you're taking with Polkadot right now is going to be a very good setup here. And Polkadot, let me see where it's trading right now, because Polkadot's sitting on P8. I think Polkadot is one of these coins. Look at how it's recovered. I mean, let me go to the chart real quickly, because... I will be going into your Cody request in a second, my man. Give me a moment, but first let me get into Polkadot. I mean, Polkadot, of course, I told everyone, my accumulation for Polkadot is the orange box. And have I said to everyone that I was stacking up on Polkadot? And have I said to everyone that Polkadot is one of my biggest assets right now in my portfolio, because it's number 3 right now? I have been buying, I've been stacking up on Polkadot because I am very freaking excited about what we are going to see here in the coming months, because I'm personally very... very much anticipating that we're going to see way more exponential price cycles getting generated. You could be able to stake your Polkadot anytime soon here in the coming month. I think you should be preparing yourself for a hype run for Polkadot. So what could you be doing right now? Accumulate it early. Always do your own research, of course. But yeah, I mean, Polkadot is definitely going to be one of these assets that is going to be likelier to see, of course, a double down from here on. Of course, it's still in high market capitalization because Polkadot, of course, has a 31 billion market capitalization, but you will be leading 12 billion less than Solana, and it will be very likely to see as well, as soon as Polkadot is going to go exponential, it's going to be likely that some money of Solana is going to be flowing back into Polkadot. I definitely think so. I definitely think that money will be flowing back to Polkadot. And I've been buying a lot of Polkadot, I believe, already in the project. I believe in the coming months from here on that it's going to be giving us some very good gains here. Not necessarily life-changing wealth, but it's going to be giving us very, very much wealth here if you could be starting to accumulate it around this range. And guys, a quick update here about the S&P 500. Sorry, I want to be just bringing this into the stream here. We're moving up even further, like you can see on the 1 hourly candles. We started to really blast off towards the upside. The S&P 500 is really looking strong right now here. Of course, the stronger the S&P 500 is going to look, the stronger the Bitcoin price action will become as well here. So let's see how we're going to get this recovery done here. I truly hope if the S&P 500 could be seeing an even more significant push towards the upside getting generated, and that we could be even starting to move up higher and break out these local highs over here. Because as soon as the S&P 500 is going to be starting to trade at an all-time high once again, I think it's going to be very likely that Bitcoin is going to be doing it anytime soon again here. So make sure that you're going to keep your eyes out on the stock market. I think the stock market is looking very bright for today and tomorrow, day 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 and tomorrow. And as soon, of course, as the stock market is going to be rallying from here on, it could be for sure so that Bitcoin is going to be generating these new all-time highs potentially anytime soon again. Because, I mean, the reason for the bears, guys, a quick heads up here out there. A reason for the bears was Bitcoin is going to go in the bear market because of the classic stocks. That was, of course, the reason of the bears. The reason and the reason why the bears, and someone else is well saying the dollar index is decreasing, and I will be giving you a reason why it is decreasing in a second, because the stock market is increasing. If the stock market is increasing, the dollar index will be decreasing. So basically giving you a heads up out there. It is likely to see, it's not likely to see this crash, of course. I already explained why here. We'll be not going over it once again. But the reason for the Bitcoin bears right there, the reason why, of course, everyone was bearish in the market is because the stock market was going to collapse, and this is going to be resulting in Bitcoin seeing an all-time low and Bitcoin going back to 20K, or Bitcoin going this or Bitcoin going that. No, Bitcoin is not going to do these stupid things here. And also, yeah, I mean, are you really going to be anticipating this bear market if the S&P already is going to recover so quickly? And of course, the reason why it's recovering is because there was too much FUD, and it was fake FUD, because there was no reason to freaking panic, because everyone got fooled. Everyone got fooled who was standing over there. I mean, everyone is buying back right now. Everyone is, as we speak right now. No, of course, not everyone, because there's still people that are very highly convinced that we're going to see the 38K. I'm not convinced at all, of course, that we're going to see that level getting reached here. And you can see the S&P 500 even moving up further. But yeah, still so many people saying that the market is going to be correcting, and that they're still going to stand on the sidelines. I think, yeah, everyone who sold that and still waiting for 38K potentially, you're going to be, of course, most likely be buying back at way higher levels, in my opinion, for sure. Don't get panicked. Don't get in panic if we're going to see these things here. Don't get panic if Bitcoin retraces back to 42K. It's going to be no reason to panic at all, because once again, if we're going to just decrease back towards, let's say, 42.5K, it's still going to be in higher low in hindsight over here, because you can clearly see it's coming all down to the trend here. And as well, if you're doing some momentum analyze, if you're analyzing, not losing momentum, it's gaining momentum. Right on the 1 hourly candles, it's gaining momentum on the 1 hourly candles. And it's going to be likely that it's going to be increasing even further from here. So, yeah, we told you before in the beginning of the stream, it was likely to continue this trend towards the upside. And we clearly have been seeing a continuation of this trend. And I personally will be anticipating an even further continuation from off this point. And we could be even see, of course, higher price cycles getting reached here. But still going to be anticipating, there could be a very big chance that tomorrow, if we're going to push up towards the upside right now, that we could be come down once again back to the 44K range. Because I personally think that we are going to close somewhere between the 44 and, I mean, between the 45 and 43k. We're going to close tomorrow's daily candle because of the max paying price for the Bitcoin options, of course, and it's going to be very important for, of course, the bears to close below the 43k, and for the bulls it's going to be important to close above the 45k. But I personally think it will be just around the max paying price. So let's see how it's going to be closing, of course. I mean, the higher Bitcoin is going to go, and if we're going to be able to, let's say, close the Friday candle around the 46k, I mean, then November is, I mean, that we're absolutely going to send it for November, because that's only going to be witnessing this this amazing swing rate getting accumulated right now. I can't wait to see on the market as well. Let me know in the chat how hard you accumulated this drop off. So let me go into Cody, because you guys really want me to go over Cody. And I promise you guys that I was going to go over Cody. Of course, I will be going into more of your projects. But in the meantime, guys, make sure to smash up the likes here. We'll be truly appreciated if you're going to do so. We're right now only 33 likes away before smashing up to 200 likes. Will be truly amazing if we could be reaching the 200 likes barrier. And maybe, yeah, we smash it through the 40s. That is pretty crazy, guys. 944 subscribers already here. Will be truly amazing if we could be touching that 50 today here. So let me go and move into Cody, because Cody has been reversing very quickly. And look at this 1 hourly candle, guys. First of all, we got a correction, and look, this is what you call a V-shaped recovery. You look at the 4 hourly candles. That's more beautiful, of course, on the 4 hourly candles. And I think Bitcoin is going to do something similar. And of course, if Bitcoin is going to do something similar, it's going to be Cody that's only going to further. So you can see clear V-shaped recovery towards the upside, showing the strength once again in the market. And I mean, you can once again see the opportunities are high once everyone's in fear, because you could have literally made an approximately 65% increase, man, if you were buying the dip over there. So yeah, pretty high gains were formed. Of course, still an all-time high for Cody is set around to 47 cents here. So yeah, still have to be breaking, in my opinion, through of this level. Oh, this is not all-time. Yeah, it's a sorry, excuse me, it's not all-time high. Excuse me, I was a little bit drunk. I mean, I was not paying attention enough. I mean, for me, of course, you can see clearly. 4 hourly has been showing us some very critical resistance around this range, and this local high is for sure a level that we have to be getting broken. We're not creating any barriers of divergence right now, so it's looking pretty solid. Of course, on the daily, yes, we are most likely going to create some barriers of divergence. I mean, can Cody even increase further? Yes, for sure. Is it going to be worth to buy in right now very significantly for the potential risk to reward? I mean, I should start to get a little bit careful in terms of accumulating this coin right now here. Yeah, you could be potentially distribute a little bit here, but I think if you're already holding, and if you bought low, your potential hold is not really at stake right now. I think you're still having a good hold over here. But yeah, we are running into some resistance right now here. I should for sure be a little bit careful right now, because it's pretty overextended. It's standing at pretty high levels right now here. So yeah, not necessarily a coin that I should be saying sell right now, but it's still also a coin that I should be saying like is not the best accumulation zone right now. I don't think it's a good time to buy. I don't think it's a good time to buy. And maybe you think, but Rover, we are pumping. It's green. It's time to buy, right? No, it's usually time to buy once we're in the red, and it's time to sell once you're in the green. So for sure, not saying that it could not be increasing. I think the chances are extremely high that we're going to increase, let's say, to 70 cents or so. But it's once again not worth it for the potential risk to reward. I should once again suggest that you should be ready to look at these different projects that have not been pumping yet here, that are giving you a better average entry price right now. Because I don't think that Cody is the best entry price at this point of trading. So let me see. Drop back to 3 cents. I mean, what's trading? Can you look at XRP then? I mean, yeah, Cody could be for sure well increased, but for me, it's not worth to for the potential risk to reward as well, guys. What have you been accumulating? Let me know. Have you been accumulating altcoins or Bitcoins or Ethereums right now? Of course, Ethereum is one altcoin in this drop-off. Let me know. What have you been accumulating? Let me know right now. I'm very curious. Have you guys been stacking up on altcoins? Because yes, I still have been buying some altcoins, but mainly Ethereum and Bitcoin. I mean, most likely Ethereum and Polkadot. There is still as well some Bitcoins out there. So let me go as well on the XRP price actually, because XRP touched our level. And I mean, guys, it looks to be like I'm some kind of a wizard. It looks to me that I got some kind of a wizard on XRP. I mean, this XRP price prediction that we did here was crazy, and we touched our level exactly. So you guys are saying it, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT. I mean, exactly the same for me, bro. I've been stacking up on as well some Cardano for me as well. I see someone as well saying Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT was for me the most amount of our portfolio. RSR, VeChain as well. VeChain have been stacking on up on that one as well. But if I'm going to compare my VeChain holdings that I bought compared to my Polkadot holdings, is of course not as big. XRP and VeChain. I mean, yeah, guys, you guys as well accumulating VeChain. I mean, I'm a huge lover of VeChain, and I think it's going to be performing very well here. And I thought, yeah, let's buy something. And it's already up very significantly. We'll be going into the VeChain chart in as well in a second, because I saw it in my portfolio. No Ethereum. I think it's an old era. No, I don't think so. I think the Ethereum will be showing a huge hype run up here in the coming 3 months, my man. Because of the merge that is coming. If you don't know it already, before going right into XRP, let's see at Ethereum roadmap. Let me go to this. Let me go to their site real quickly. Ethereum.arc, and you know that Ethereum is going to be working on updates. You already know that Ethereum is not standing still, and you know, if you of course did some research about it, that Ethereum is going to be implementing the merge here in 2021. And the merge is basically a combination where the beacon chain will be getting deployed completely on the blockchain, and of course that's going to be resulting in that all the Ethereums are not mineable anymore, but you could be only staking them. And what is going to be resulting in that? People are going to get excited. People are going to get excited because the merge happens. The very big things for Ethereum are happening. And what happens once people get excited about Ethereum? They're buying it. And what's going to happen once Ethereum is absolutely going to send it towards the all-time highs? People will be FOMOing. And I don't think that Ethereum is any close to be done and dusted. Ethereum is just getting started. Ethereum is my biggest asset in my portfolio, then Bitcoin, then Polkadot, then funds, and I have a lot of coins. I hold a lot of coins. I have a very, very big portfolio. I'm holding more than 100 coins. I'm holding approximately 140 coins right now. I really will be closing my portfolio down again, but I've been literally expanding my portfolio with 20 coins in the last month from now. So really have to keep it a little bit slow right now, and I will be probably sending off some projects that right now I think are probably done to take some profits on. But yeah, for Ethereum, it's going to be a good time. I think it's a good time right now. And the reason why, because I like to front run hype run-ups. I like to front run them. I don't like to buy on the top of the hype. No, I like to buy before the hype starts. That is the time to buy. It's not the time to buy once everyone is talking about it. It's the time to buy once no one is talking about Ethereum. Because what are we seeing right now? No one is talking about Ethereum. And that's true. No one is talking really about Ethereum. And my family really bought into Ethereum very significantly. But let me talk about XRP before going into Ethereum. Because, yes, I'm a huge bull on Ethereum. And I will be buying it. I will be stacking up. So yeah, what you can see currently is XRP. Of course, we told everyone on our channel while we were trading here around the $1 range, as soon as we're going to fail to hold on towards the orange box, we are going to fall towards the green line. And the green line is, of course, major support, in my opinion, what is going to be holding up for XRP. And you can see this previous supportive line towards the upside got a very clear touch. And you can see we touched it exactly. And since then, we moved up. So, of course, if you already watched my XRP update video, because I did drop a video about this line here, if you don't know it already, you already made a 20% profit. And of course, yesterday we were talking about this level while we were trading around this range over here, around 80 cents. And of course, XRP bouncing back very strong. Personally, I do expect that a lot of altcoins and a lot of cryptos are going to be bouncing back in a very strong way right now. So what do we really expect for XRP? For me, it's going to be important to break through the orange box once again. I want to be seeing some closes above the $1.06, $1.08, and then we could be starting to settle down and maybe head towards this resistance line over here. Because, yeah, we have some resistance to break here. You can see clearly. Top side, providing resistance. Then over here, resistance. And right now, what do I want to be seeing? I want to see this level getting broken. And if we are able to break this level on XRP, I think this is going to be the next upper slope resist line. And yeah, so for on. So yeah, make sure to hit subscribe button if you want to be staying up to date on XRP, because I will be regularly dropping, of course, these update videos out on XRP for sure for you guys. And I see as well donation here. And Jeff, thank you so much for your donation here. And you're saying, yo, can I have some information on Litecoin and VeChain? Thanks for all your good information. And thank you once again for supporting the channel. It's truly amazing that you're, yeah, of course, supporting the channel by sending a donation. So, let me start off with looking into VeChain, because yeah, I wanted to be going over VeChain already with you guys, and I think VeChain is one of these coins that is a very cheap buy right now. I mean, still, it's still a relatively cheap buy. You can see it increased with 20%. That is once again why you want to be greedy on these freaking drop-offs. You want to be greedy once others are fearful. So yeah, yesterday or 2 days ago, I think we already discussed VeChain. We talked about that we are trading on some very critical levels of support, like you can see over here. Previous resist flipped into support, but as well, if we're setting up in Fibonacci from the extension level like this, from swing high, swing low, and if you're looking at this Fibonacci, yeah, you can, oh, excuse me, I have not set it up correctly. I have to look for the bear market low. No, actually, set it up correctly. I will have to use the different Fibonacci, excuse me. I will set up a different Fibonacci to spot some levels for VeChain, or it was a different chart I have in my head right now. So yeah, what you can see, first of all, Let me set up a regular Fibonacci to look at some levels that we could be finding some resistance on for the VeChain price action. First of all, yeah, you can see the 10.5 cents is going to be a major wall that we have to be break through. You can see over here, resistance and support was getting found, support got found over here, and it's going to be a major job that we have to be breaking through this level. But personally, is it going to be likely that we're going to break through this level? I mean, straight on, I'm going to say it. It's going to be a very big probability that we're going to absolutely crush it and send it through of this level, because the chances are extremely low that we're just going to get a massive rejection from off this zone. And then second of all, is it going to be likely to see VeChain increase back towards this all-time high? I personally think, yeah, there's a big chance that VeChain is going to be leading the next rally in terms of the altcoins towards the upside. I do think yes, because it's a good project and it has been, yeah, personally really undervalued in my opinion. Is it right now still a good buying opportunity? I mean, since the high of September, we are still down 35%. So you're still getting a very solid, yeah, cheap price right now as well from the all-time high. You're still down in approximately 64%. Still relatively a cheap price as well. If you're going to set up then this sorry, excuse me, I want to be setting it up differently, excuse me. If you're still going to look at the volume profile range here, you can see over here, if we're going to measure the volume from of this range, we know that we got supported by the most volume support that we got in the market. And what we have to be doing for VeChain basically to go really exponential is break through this orange box. If we're going to be able to break through this orange box here on the top side, we're going to send VeChain parabolic. And basically why here is because this orange box on the top side is the volume resistance barrier, because as soon as we're breaking this level, we are going to not have any volume resistance, what means that the market could be moving up in a very rapid pace. And right now, we're once again in consolidation phases. We are in consolidation phases, and VeChain is going to be one of these assets that in the coming bull run is going to be absolutely exploding with exponential gains. And a push up towards the all-time high is already 180% gain here, what's going to be very likely to get reached here. Everyone once again is going to be talking about VeChain, and they like to buy it cheap, of course. So yeah, right now we got supported by the volume support box, and it's likely to get a supportive bounce from this point. Still going to say everything that you're accumulating on this range over here is going to be, in my opinion, still be a very strong accumulation for VeChain. I don't think it's necessarily an expensive buy for VeChain. The periods that we're right now trading on is just pure accumulation periods. We are trading on accumulation periods before really sending it exponential. And in my opinion, as soon as we're breaking through this orange box, we are going to be sending it towards the upside. And I mean, this structure is a very clear consolidation structure. I mean, we're still forming right now in high or low. We are looking very bullish, in my opinion. The market structure is looking healthy. If we're putting it to the weekly time frame, you can see as well on the weekly time frame it's even looking better, because on the weekly time frame we have been starting to set this higher low over here together with the higher highs over there with the higher lows right here. So I definitely think that the VeChain price action is not necessarily looking bearish. It's looking, yeah, rather strong than bearish right now here. You could be even approach like this as well. And you can see since breaking through this resist line over here on the weekly time frame, we of course find some very strong support on it. So it looks pretty solid in my opinion. VeChain is right now not necessarily going to pump towards the moon right now in just a matter of a few days, but it is going to be very strong in my opinion in the coming months from here on. And it could be even set up. Excuse me. But yeah, you could be either as well set up a Fibonacci. Once again, excuse me so much for the technical issues. Really will be solving it off the stream. We'll be trying to look into towards it. But if you're really going to look at the, oh, I mean, we are not even touching these exponential levels once again here. But yeah, you can see basically on this rally towards the upside that we got created, we were getting supported by this level several times here. Finding resistance on these levels, finding support on the level. We are really moving up in a rapid pace here. I think VeChain is generally a very strong accumulation. But let me as well look at the Litecoin price action right now here. Well, Bitcoin, by the way, guys, is still moving up. Bitcoin is still moving up in a very rapid pace here. You can see the S&P 500 still moving up very rapidly. This is looking very healthy. We created a new 4-hourly candle, and we're even moving up further. So S&P 500 looking very solid right now here. Not necessarily a reason to really start to be panicking out there. So I'm pretty excited on the market, of course. So yeah, the S&P 500 right now trading on the $4,435 US. So looking pretty looking very solid. But let me look at the Litecoin price action, of course. Litecoin We know it. We got fooled over here by this very big fake news that we got in the market. This was, of course, pretty crazy what we got out there. But since the fake news, of course, got hit on the market, yeah, Litecoin, of course, moved down even further. Is it really looking so terrible right now for Litecoin? No, not necessarily. But is a Litecoin going to be an asset that is going to give you guys very strong returns? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Look at the weak recovery that we got. We're still 200% off from the all-time high. I know that Litecoin, of course, is a good coin to use if you want to be sending some crypto to your buddies or whatsoever, because the transactions are very cheap. No, Litecoin, I don't think Litecoin is going to be the best investment in my opinion, because I don't see it really making big changes here in the future. And I don't think it's going to be really in the top 10 altcoin anytime soon once again. So, no. I'm not really anticipating Litecoin to be extremely strong right now, but if I'm looking to some technicals, yeah, we are of course most likely going to move up once again as soon as Bitcoin is going to do so. To be very honest, are we trading at good accumulation zones? Yes, we are. I mean, we are right now retesting previous resistance as support, like you can see over here in front of your screen. So yeah, we are definitely trading not on bad levels whatsoever, because you can see previous support, previous resistance, previous support. So yeah, it is definitely trading on a good range in terms of accumulation and in terms of levels that you should be starting to look and should start to get bullish on Litecoin. So no, definitely not bad here, but you can see as well the bounce. It wasn't a 10% bounce. VeChain bounced with 20%. Litecoin bounced by 10%. I don't think Litecoin is going to be the asset that you should be really be extremely bullish about. I don't think that's the best coin to really get extremely excited about, in my opinion. From my point of view, I'm staying away from it. I don't think it's going to be the best assets performing. So as well, if I'm setting up some Fibonacci's, let me see the swing low, the swing high. I mean, yeah, we have been not necessarily seeing a retracement towards a level that I would love to see to accumulate some Litecoin at. Not necessarily. You can see we fell to hold on towards 0.236. Very, very weak signal, of course, in the market. For me, a huge accumulation going to be around the golden pocket. And I mean, the 0.382. This is not the golden pocket in the retracement, of course. But yeah, the 0.382 here is going to be a strong level of accumulation. But yeah, as long as we're not going to reach it, I will be not necessarily looking to accumulate my Litecoin. I mean, I think still Litecoin is a good coin, not bad coin. But I mean, yeah, we're still trading on these levels that we were trading on in 2019. I mean, not extremely excited about it. I'm not extremely excited about Litecoin, and I don't think it's going to be much stronger in the future. So yeah, it's basically very boring, but that's true what I think about Litecoin right now. So yes, guys. I'm sorry that I'm so bearish on Litecoin. I'm so sorry, but for everyone who like Litecoin, I'm not even holding Litecoin. Excuse me, man. I'm holding a lot of coins, but Litecoin is ain't being in my holding positions, man. I think there are way better coins that could be giving you way better returns here. So yeah, pretty basic, of course. But yeah, you can see still Bitcoin, because in the end of the day, it's going to all come all down back to Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to increase? It's going to be the market that's going to increase. You can see Bitcoin right now. Resistance, support, and over here as well, once again retesting it. The support looks very solid right here. So yeah, guys, I will be wrapping up the stream right now, because tomorrow I have to be catching my plane again towards the Netherlands. I will be going back to the Netherlands. I will be going back to my crib, and tomorrow the videos will be as well a little bit later on the day that I will be uploading. So make sure that you're hitting that bell notification right now here on the channel, so you're not going to miss out on anything. I will be get myself ready, go for dinner right now, quickly go to the mall here in Dubai and take a quick dinner, make myself ready. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching this amazing stream here. Tomorrow I will be back with another few update videos out there. Of course, you could be for sure anticipating more of these update videos. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Seconds highest link here in the description to of course stay up to date about all these developments. Don't forget to sign up here with the highest link in the description to be able to make of course these massive gains here with trading. And of course, if you're following me right now on Twitter, you will be for sure not missing out on any of these updates. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching to this amazing new stream here on the channel, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow back in a new update video here on the channel. So peace out, goodbye.